Yo, 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 what's up with it? What's up with it, world? What's up with it, Tapped In family? Y'all already know what time it is. It's been a minute, but it's time for another father and son conversation. Um, so I'm finna tap in with my son real quick, and we're gonna talk a little bit about this question that I have. So the question I have is this: from your opinion, as a young man, when it comes to masculinity, like, what do you feel like are some of the things that it requires to really be a masculine man? What do you feel like are the value points in masculinity when it comes to being a man? Because this generation now, I feel like they might have masculinity confused with what it really is. And, you know, when you think about like a lot of the street cats and stuff like that. But what's your opinion on that? Like, what you think, you know, what embodies real masculinity to you? You know, what are some of the, even if it's not all, just some of the structures that is part of that embodiment, masculinity?
So basically, what are the traits?
Yeah.
The way you can really identify true masculinity?
Right.
Well, I look back at nature.
Yeah.
The way we were naturally designed to be.
Right.
And the way we are supposed to operate naturally.
Right.
Anything attached to that is really irrelevant. Like, there's no other way to be masculine other than to look back at nature.
Yeah.
So when I think of masculinity, one of the things I think about is three things. When man was created, we were created to provide, to protect, and to produce.
Right.
So it starts with that. That's one of the basic, the most fundamental, I don't know if you call it principles, but it's the most fundamental traits, I guess you can call it. Right. To identify a man as a man.
Right.
That's what we do. We provide, we protect, and we provide, we protect,
and we produce. Right.
So that, now when it comes down to characteristic traits and masculinity, one of the things you're looking for is strength as a man.
Right.
Strength is one of the main things.
Right.
That goes for mentally as well as, you know, physically. It's just it's additive.
Right.
But mentally, emotionally,
yes.
I add spiritually as well.
Yes.
But everybody don't value that. But it all goes hand in hand, because the more spiritually empowered you are, then definitely it affects every other aspect of your life as well. Because your spirit is your character, your intent, who you are.
The reflection of it.
Yeah. So when it comes down to masculinity, that, you know, I would say, in my opinion, discipline is another one that I would add to it. That's one of my favorites, being disciplined about whatever it is you put in your mind to achieve. Being an achiever in and of itself is a masculine trait.
Right.
Being disciplined, I said, being a protector.
Right.
Strength, courage, to be courageous. You know, that's something that's a masculine trait. So at the end of the day, when I think of masculinity, it's all really built around strength. Being strong. Being strong, because men are meant to be strong. The way we're designed, the way we built, we are built. I don't want to repeat what I heard before, but it was a good point that I heard from somebody else, another outside source, that said that when the masculine body is really built for war.
Yeah.
Like, we are genetically designed to be warriors. That's the way the body of a man is really built. But then if you don't interpret that correctly, you know, then you get the wrong interpretation. Think that the flesh is always meant to be at battle with other flesh, and that's not really the way I want to interpret that. But it's about,
you got self wars too. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got self wars, you got wars within yourself, you know, spiritual wars, you know. And I think I agree with you 100% on everything you said. And the reason I mentioned in the beginning about like the younger generation, I feel like this generation or this, decade of the youth now, how they got it now, this millennium, you know what I'm saying? It's like they got it wrong what masculinity is, and above all, the strength and the courage and the things, being a provider, protector, a producer, above all that, I feel like they have to have emotional intelligence too. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's the intellect too that makes you, that's part of your masculinity too. It's not always about, I can put my fist up and hurt you, or I can shoot this person and take their life. Sometimes the true masculine trait is the humility of it, being able to be wise and be quiet and be still and be able to react and interact with people with wisdom, and being able to, not lose who you are in certain situations because you're acting on wisdom instead of just acting out just because on instinct and impulse. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the problem right now with this new generation. They masculinity, to me, I'm gonna kill this nigga. This nigga got me fucked up. I'm gonna blow this nigga shit back. You know what I'm saying? There go my ops, and you know what I'm saying? They on this drill type stuff. But to them, that's masculinity. But true masculinity is gonna work out of wisdom too, and humility, and they gonna think about things, and they gonna look at the bigger picture of things too. You know what I'm saying? A true masculine man uses his mind too. You know what I'm saying? He just don't act on everything, on emotion and impulse. So, and I think that's a big part of it right there. You know what I'm saying? That's a big part of it.
Yes, sir. Having self-control.
Self-control. That's part of being masculine too, because you gotta remember that if you're in a situation where if you're gonna act a certain way in a certain situation, it's a time and a place for everything. And these non-emotional, intelligent young men now, they just act without thinking, and they do it on impulse, and then they put themselves in a situation they can't get themselves out of because they're not using their wisdom.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I do stand on that part of masculinity in a man is his humility too, and the way he carries himself in that area too, his wisdom and how he thinks too, thinking in a masculine way too. You know what I'm saying? Because it all boils down to what's within is gonna come out on the outside too. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So I stand on that, but that's a deep perspective of where you came with it. Yeah. I appreciate that you sharing that. I appreciate you sharing that, and I feel like that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So just a different perspective for people to see and understand, and hopefully the younger generation, if they tapping in, they can see the standpoint of where we coming from, so they can know there's both sides. Because it's good to be angry, it's good to be mad, but the wisdom is when to use it and when not, when to react and when not. That's the real masculinity, being able to come to the table and talk about something instead of responding when someone says, hey, such and such said this about you. Then you drive by the house and shoot it up. Then you killing little babies with diapers on too. Instead of saying, let's meet up and let's talk like men and let's work this out in a real masculine way, in an emotional, intelligent way, in a way of wisdom, instead of doing it in a violent way. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's part of it too. All of it ties in together, but it's all about when you use it and how you use it. All those instincts go together. Yeah. So
all combined together.
And
that's my answer.
All right. Good answer. That was a good answer, son. Well, that's y'all got our answer. Y'all got our opinion on it. So you know what I'm saying? Until next time, we're going to holler at y'all. Y'all stay tapped in. You know what I mean? We're going to keep on doing these father and son conversations often. And we appreciate whoever's following, whoever's liking, subscribing. You know, stay tapped into the channel, man. Y'all go to Amazon.com. Check out my book, Don't Think Like Me, Just Think. I'm going to holler at y'all next time. Peace.